What if everything you learned about history is incomplete? There are places on this earth that modern science cannot explain. Objects that should not exist. People who vanished without a single trace. These are not legends. These are not myths. These are real. And nobody has the answer. These are 15 ancient mysteries that will change the way you see human history forever. Mystery number 1. Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid of Giza. Built over 4,000 years ago. 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing up to 80 tons. Engineers today, with cranes, computers, and modern machinery, say they cannot replicate this structure. The stones fit together so perfectly that you cannot slide a single piece of paper between them. How did ancient Egyptians do this? With no modern tools? Nobody knows. Mystery number 2. Antikythera mechanism. In 1901, divers found a shipwreck off the coast of Greece. Inside was a device made of bronze gears, over 2,000 years old. This device could predict solar eclipses, track planetary movements, calculate astronomical events with perfect accuracy. This level of technology should not have existed for another 1,400 years. Scientists still do not fully understand how it was built. Who made this? Mystery number 3. Göbekli Tepe. In 1994, archaeologists in Turkey made a discovery that broke history. Göbekli Tepe, the world's oldest temple, built 12,000 years ago. That is 7,000 years before Stonehenge. 7,000 years before the wheel was invented. The people who built this were supposed to be primitive hunter-gatherers, barely surviving. So who organized thousands of workers to build this massive complex? And why was it deliberately buried and hidden from the world? Mystery number 4. Nazca lines. In the Peruvian desert, someone carved enormous figures into the earth. A hummingbird, a spider, a condor, a monkey. Each figure stretches hundreds of meters across the desert floor. Standing on the ground, you see nothing. They are completely invisible. They can only be seen from high above in the sky. Ancient Peruvians had no aircraft, no hot air balloons, no way to fly. So who were these massive drawings made for? Mystery number 5. Voynich Manuscript. Somewhere in Yale University sits a book that no human being can read. 600 years old. Written in a language that does not match any known script on Earth. The world's greatest codebreakers have tried. Military cryptographers have tried. Artificial intelligence has tried.
All of them failed. The book contains detailed illustrations of unknown plants, strange astronomical charts, and mysterious figures. To this day, nobody knows who wrote it, what language it is, or what it says.
Mystery number 6. Roanoke Colony. In 1587, 116 men, women, and children arrived on the coast of North America to start a new life. 3 years later, when supply ships returned, every single person was gone. No bodies, no signs of attack, no blood, no struggle. The entire colony had vanished overnight. The only clue left behind, a single word carved into a tree, Croatoan. No trace of these 116 people has ever been found. Mystery 7. Stonehenge. Built 5,000 years ago on the Salisbury Plain of England. The stones weigh up to 25 tons each. Some of these stones came from Wales, 250 kilometers away. Ancient people with no wheels, no metal tools, and no draft animals somehow moved these massive stones across mountains and rivers. Every year on the summer solstice, the rising sun aligns perfectly with the heel stone. This was not an accident. This was engineered with perfect precision by people who should not have been capable of it. Mystery number 8. Baghdad Battery. In 1938, archaeologists in Iraq found a small clay jar. Inside, a copper cylinder surrounding an iron rod. When scientists tested it with grape juice, it produced electricity. This object is 2,000 years old. Alessandro Volta invented the battery in 1800. Ancient Mesopotamians had a working battery 1,800 years before him. The question that haunts scientists to this day: what were they powering with it? Mystery number 9. Easter Island. Easter Island sits alone in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The nearest land is over 2,000 kilometers away. On this tiny isolated island, 900 massive stone statues stand facing the ocean. The largest weighs 86 tons. The smallest weighs 14 tons. The island had no large trees, no strong rope, no wheels. Scientists have theories, but not one theory fully explains how these statues were carved, moved, and placed across the entire island. The people of Easter Island took this secret to their graves. Mystery number 10. Tomb of Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan conquered more land than any human being in history. He died in 1227. His soldiers buried him somewhere in Mongolia, and then killed every single person who witnessed the burial. They diverted a river over his grave to hide it forever. According to legend, the funeral escort killed anyone they encountered on the road home. 800 years have passed. The entire world has searched. The tomb of the greatest conqueror in history has never been found. Mystery number 11. Pyramids of Meroe. Most people have never heard of the Kingdom of Kush, but at its peak, this African empire was more powerful than Rome. Deep in modern-day Sudan, they built over 200 pyramids, more than Egypt ever built. They had their own writing system, their own language, their own advanced astronomy, and then they vanished. The Meroitic script they left behind on thousands of stone carvings has never been fully decoded. Mystery number 12. Indus Valley. 4,500 years ago, 5 million people lived in one of the most advanced civilizations on Earth. The Indus Valley civilization had running water, sewage systems, and perfectly planned cities, thousands of years before Rome. And then they disappeared. No evidence of war, no mass graves, no signs of disease or famine. 5 million people simply stopped existing. Their writing system has never been decoded. We do not know their language, their religion, or their rulers. An entire civilization erased, and we still do not know why. Mystery number 13. Library of Alexandria. Imagine every book ever written, every discovery ever made, every secret ever recorded. All of it in one place. The Library of Alexandria contained the entire collected knowledge of the ancient world. 500,000 scrolls, centuries of science, mathematics, medicine, and philosophy. And then one night, it burned. Scholars debate who burned it and why. But the real tragedy is this. Whatever knowledge was lost that night set human civilization back by centuries. Mystery number 14. Shroud of Turin. In a cathedral in Turin, Italy, lies a piece of linen cloth 14 feet long. On it, the faint image of a man. Wounds on his wrists. Wounds on his feet. A crown of thorns. Carbon dating places it between the 1st and 14th century. Scientists cannot agree. The image was not painted, not drawn, not printed. To this day, no scientist, no artist, and no laboratory has been able to explain how that image got onto that cloth. Nobody knows what created it. These are not stories from science fiction. These are real places, real objects, real people. And after decades of research, satellites, DNA testing, and the most advanced technology humanity has ever created, we still have no answers. History is not what we think it is. The past is hiding something, and somewhere out there, the truth is still waiting to be found. If this changed the way you see history, you know what to do. Subscribe, because next week, we go deeper.